Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another stream, a stream that I'm very pumped to do. We are in the latest and greatest, in my opinion, probably my new favourite car in Gran Turismo Sport. They are, of course, the Super Formula cars, and I am all kitted out in my Daniel Ricciardo livery, which feels good, man. It feels good. So, keen to get underway. This is at the Suzuka track, a fantastic track for these high downforce fast cars, and I'm coming to you for the first time in my new rig. This is, of course, a play seat. If you've watched any of my streams before, you'll know I'm usually in a like a desk chair, essentially an office chair. It feels very weird. I'm not yet used to it. The brake pedal is like there's like, if you don't know what it looks like, essentially the steering wheel is mounted to a particular rod that goes straight down. There's a big rod in between my legs to go with the little one, and basically the brake pedal is directly behind that. So when I put my left leg on the brake pedal, it's kind of pushing up against the side of the large rod in between. But look, it's great to have you all here. Massive welcome to everyone. How's it going in the chat there? Yeah, so I'm getting used to the rig. Obviously, I'm sitting down a lot further. I'm nearly on the ground. I had to lower my TV by probably about yay, I reckon. So I don't know what that is. Maybe 200 mil? 150 to 200 mil. And yeah, I'm sort of feeling okay now. I've done a few practice laps, so I've managed to get down to a 138.3, which is wonderful. And oh, welcome Hippie over in Twitch as well. Sounds like the Black Betty a little bit. Getting a playset challenge soon. Awesome Kanga. I'll let you know how this goes. I certainly have my initial thoughts, and I'm not yet used to it, of course, but my initial thoughts are that it could do with some improvements. So I can't get the steering wheel where I want it. It slides up and forward at the same time. And what I'm finding is I prefer to pull the wheel, the mount, back from the pedals a bit so that I'm not holding my left leg against the brake pedal. Against that while I'm on the brake pedal. And I'd also like the wheel to be up a little bit higher. At the moment, to get it higher, I've got to bring it closer to me. So I end up driving like this. But at the moment, I'm a little bit cramped. So when I'm sort of twisting around, you can't see because you can't see the wheel. But, you know, it's a little bit hard. It's a bit awkward. I'm not sure. I might end up trying to put a little, you know, bit of timber or something. I don't know, expanding it. Stay tuned. I will do, I don't know if I'll do a review of the playseat, but I might do a video on it, and if I make some improvements on what my thoughts are. Not sure that I'm necessarily in love with it at the moment. I've got to get used to it. But yeah, this wheel. The pedals to seat feels great. I am low down to the ground, so the monitor I usually read the chat on is really high for me at the moment. And I'm kind of crouched down, and it makes me look like I've got a big fat gut, but also my beer gut makes me look like I've got a bit of a gut. So anyway, that's life, isn't it? Audio looks delayed from the talking, is it? Because it should be about spot on. I haven't changed anything from the previous video, so let me know. Charlie talking about his rod. Absolutely. I'm going to finish my Milo off and we're going to go racing. It's the dregs at the bottom, so it's super chocolatey. But I'm excited. I'm keen for this. This is a car style. The high downforce cars actually suit me a little bit better than a regular GT car. I seem to be a touch quicker, so my time's not amazing, but it's, you know, it's not too bad. And I haven't done that much practice. It was only really about 20 minutes, half an hour, and I smashed it out. Obviously, the live stream I did the other night where we did this very thing does help. Tyre wear's on 15 times here. Fuel consumption's 4 times. I'm guessing there's no pit stop. I'm going to hope to do this race 3 or 4 times. And the laws of averages should hopefully look after me and give me a decent race somewhere in there. Of course, the difficulty with Suzuka, as good as a track as it is, it can be very difficult to overtake on. So you're going to kind of be relying on the people around you to race very clean and not make any mistakes. And in Gran Turismo, that generally means you're going to take a massive hit to your DR. But I'm just hoping to have a bit of fun tonight. That's the plan so far. Welcome, Zach, as well, over on Twitch. Sync looks fine your end. Nice, man. Looks fixed now. Good, Brody. Didn't change anything, so good to hear. Now, how long have I actually got until the next race? A little while. So I think we should be okay to go and do some practice for 10-15 minutes. I'm not sure that I'll improve that lap, that 138.3. It's always hard when you're talking, but we'll have a chat through. Let's go and do some racing. smash some laps out. But yeah, how cool is all this? I might end up moving the camera. It is quite high at the moment, but I don't mind that so much because there's not really anywhere else I can put it. It'd be perfect in the middle of the TV, but you know, obviously that attracts other issues. I actually, and I don't know if anyone follows me on Instagram. If you don't, the link will be in the description to this, but there's going to be a video posted. It was just a Snapchat video my wife took. I was in here playing with the girls, showing them how to do a lap of Suzuka, you know, like a pro. and she still stood behind me taking the Snapchat, but as I say, I should get that video up on Instagram, I think tomorrow. She'll post that for me. And yeah, it looked quite cool, just sort of looking over my shoulder. You could see the steering wheel, you could see the TV screen. I'm wondering if I could get like a camera angle here. You won't get to see my ugly mug, which is not a downside. And you'll get to see the wheel and all that sort of stuff. So I'm wondering if that'll be a cool camera angle or not. Obviously, was that the Renault livery? Yes. Down the bottom right-hand corner there, you can see that is the number 3 Renault livery. I'm all decked out in Daniel Ricciardo. I've got my Smile Like Danny Rick t-shirt on. Hello, Luca. And welcome to everyone who's joining me in the chat. Great to have you here. So what's the best way to make money? I just started. Zach Carr, if you've just started, go through and do all of the circuit experiences. They may not be the most interesting things, but they'll teach you different cars, different tracks. I'll actually teach you the track itself. And it actually is one of the best ways to make money. As soon as there's a new circuit experience, go and hit that. You make bulk cash. And only once you've exhausted your circuit experiences can you start worrying about things like grinding out Blue Moon Bay Speedway in the championships. Do some of those as well, especially if you're new and you're not all that quick yet. It's probably not a bad idea. It only makes 90% of the race. Don't do it. What's that? Too soon? Did you make the livery or download it? Raz Oz? No, I just downloaded it. I wish I had the time to make one. And you kind of, with things like this, like there is going to be a multiple amounts of F1 liveries taking after the 19 season, the 2018 season, probably a heap of seasons. You kind of think, well, I think anyway, why spend 3 hours trying to make the best Daniel Ricciardo livery I could when there's already 3 out there? So I just went and grabbed one. If I'm going to make a livery, I'll make something unique, a bit different for me. I've thought of that camera angle would be better suited for iRacing or something where you're using buttons on the wheel. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, that's about it. So let's go do some lappage. And I'll smash my keyboard on that. I'll put my little gloves on, which I know you guys like. My callus is starting to go away. I think I actually might hit that with the sandpaper in the shed this weekend and try and sand that callus back. And then I'll have a nice supple thumb again. In the meantime, I'm going to keep running my dirt bike gloves, which are actually really nice. They're quite soft on the inside. You probably can't see that, but they work very well. Obviously, not getting a lot of dirt on them. Don't actually own a dirt bike, but I did a 4-hour off-road postie bike. And if you don't know what a postie bike is, it's a CT110, Honda CT110. There was a 4-hour off-road endurance race that I did with my brother-in-law, and that was a huge amount of fun. I better get the right headphones because I can't hear the PlayStation through this. There are a lot better people at making liveries than me. I'll be happy to download all of mine. That's it, Super Dragon. Couldn't agree with you more. I'm sort of somewhere in the same way. Charlie with Renault will fail in engine problems. Hopefully not, Nick Magic. And also welcome to all of the channel VIPs. It's always great to be joined by, we've got Lee Kogan, Piosco, TJ Deacon, Staniel85, Nick Magic, NL, Speedy Chicken Man, and Squid Lee. I haven't checked that, so, you know, if I have more, I'm sorry. They're the channel VIPs if you'd like to become one as well. I've got another member update video coming out soon just for the members, which I might do in my garage again. I thought that was quite cool, sitting in front of the RX-7. So that's there. If you want to join and become a member, more than welcome. What wheel do you use? It's a Logitech G29, and I'm going to continue to use this until it shits itself, and then I think I might at least try and get a Thrustmaster T300 or something out of the Thrustmaster range. We'll see how we go, but yeah, that's about it. I'm actually going to leave these in for now so I can try and hear any subscriptions, any people subscribing and stuff, because I hate missing that while I'm racing. I'll try and get into the right position here, and if I can do a decent lap or two, I'll show you how I do it. I'm actually going to turn that down a little bit. So yeah, very much getting used to this playset. I'm sitting in a very different sitting position. That's not how you start the lap. And I swear it is affecting my pace a little bit. I just can't seem to quite string it all together. That 138.3 that I did, I know I've got at least another half a second, because about halfway through that lap I was 4.5 tenths down. And I just strung together a really good second half of the lap and went faster than my previous, which I think was a 38.7 or a 38.5. So I reckon I've got a 37 in me. Whether or not I can do it, especially now that I'm streaming and talking, I don't know. But yeah, I just feel a little bit cramped up, you know, when I'm trying to turn the wheel. I'll just have a bit of a loosener lap here. But these cars feel amazing. Honestly, they are my new favourite car in Gran Turismo. The F1 car feels okay, but not as good. They just haven't quite got the feeling of it right. At low revs and low speed, those things are not ideal. Got the T300 Ferrari Alcantara add-on. It's super awesome. Awesome. Well, these are the super formulas, so maybe I need a super awesome steering wheel. I got the Alcantara seat, if you're wondering which playset I got. I weighed up the difference between leather. Leather obviously is going to last longer. Not that it's real leather, I'm sure it's just vinyl. So I went the Alcantara based on a lot of different things I looked up, but in summer, obviously being in Australia, it gets very hot. You thought I was going to say something else then, didn't you? So you guys can actually see me now. If you're new, by the way, welcome. This is only about my fourth live stream with a camera, and I can trick you into thinking I'm going to swear. This is very comfortable, but it gets very hot in winter, summer, not in winter. And this room gets especially hot with all this electronic equipment going on, the 42-inch TV. It's an old school one. It does the job for my sim racing. I can sit quite close, and I feel like I'm right here in it. I've no idea what the tyre wear is going to be like. What I noticed, I think I put it on about 12 or 15 times on my open lobby stream anyway, and the tyres lasted really well. So I'm tipping we won't have to pit, but I guess we'll find out. As I say, I intend on doing this race a couple of times. $50 for a 137.6 or better. Pull your finger out, Oz Farmer. The man with the cash, he's just bankrolling my times. I don't think I can do it. But what I will do after this lap, I've had a couple of looseners now. I'll try and guide you through one lap. So if you're stuck in the 140s, 141s, and you don't know what I'm doing to get 138.3, I'll show you. I'm sure I won't replicate that time, but at least if I can do a decent one, you guys might get something for it to take away and do your own daily races. How's the doggo? Guessing not dropping bombs. So the wife is home tonight, the dog is safe out with her. She was fine, she just had the farts the other night, and they were putrid. They were that salty. Oh, they were awful. She had a bit of an upset stomach, I think. Right, anyway, let's do this. Obviously I've got traction control off, as you can tell from that. I'll actually start that again. The GT Motor Club as well, subbed on YouTube for months. Found you from Ivers, however you spell it. Crazy I stumbled upon you on Twitch. Well, welcome. Welcome back. Great to have you along. Piosco will match that with 50 Polish lead nuggets. I'm not going to get a 37.6, but let's see how we go. Does it count if I do a 37 in race? Can I get a 37.9 in race? Actually, that'll probably get me a penalty. I think I'll probably shortcut that. But let's take off and see if I can do one flying lap and guide you through it. So obviously it's all about getting the right drive out of that final chicane, but let's hook down into turn one. Now it's tempting to brake early. You want to hold it pinned. Straighten the car out a little bit to slow down. I actually have gone too slow there. I could go even faster again. Get on the gas as early as you can. That one's flat. Try and get your front left up on that bit of ground if you can. Again, take it easy. Don't want to run too wide here, because this is all flat throttle, and I've actually run wide. So I'll try again next lap. This next corner as well, believe it or not, If you get your line right, don't lift. This is flat. Back down 3, try and get a bit on that green. And we take off, not the best lap. New subscriber coming through there, welcome. Now I use second here, it's a little bit slow, but it's just easier to squeeze the throttle on. Nico, is it? Welcome. So this next one's hard to get your braking right. You kind of want to brake as you go through the corner. I get past the 50, I didn't turn early enough. We'll try again next lap. Apex that one late, get on the throttle as early as you can for the long run down the straight. You can taste the dog bombs through your tablet. 137.6, yep, in this car tonight. We'll see how we go, Oz Farmer. I'll try. I'll keep streaming all bloody night, I don't care. Bit of a short shift there, sometimes can help you accelerate. It's not going to be a cracking lap, it's back in the 39s, but 39.2 is not too bad considering how many mistakes I made. Let's have one more decent crack. So again, don't brake until you're at the apex, then straighten the car out and don't hit the AstroTurf like that. It's really hard to guide through this. The advantage of recording these sorts of videos is you can just do it until you get it right. You just do it lap after lap. Live, of course, you get to see all the warts and all of trying to do these types of videos. But yeah, this corner, you'll find pace as soon as you figure out you can take that flat, which I haven't done there. Made a bit of a breakfast of it. Racing and talking, yeah. It's hard. I'm definitely going to go faster if I actually shut my mouth for a second. See what happens when you look at the chat? You do that, and then you run around the grass. Right, next lap I'll have a genuine crack for you. We'll see if we can't nail something a bit quicker. Whilst 130R is well and truly flat, you just want to try and get as much tyre squeal out as you can. And if you start to brake just before the 100 zone and then get off the throttle and brake hard, you'll be surprised how quickly the car will pull up. You almost pre-brake, so you're still flat, start to brake a bit and then lift the foot off. Right, here we go. Can I do one decent lap for you? Too slow again. Just feather the throttle a bit, down one gear, try not to run too wide so you can get hard on the throttle. Flat all the way up through here if you get your line right, flat through the next turn as well. I did end up lifting a bit there. Short shift trying to get the power down. Not a good drive out. You can see the delta down the bottom. I'm losing tenths now. Miss the apex. Try and turn in a little bit later here. Up on the curb. You actually want to avoid that curb. So anyway, that's probably enough tips at this point because I'm not doing a real good job of it. I am 8 tenths up, so it should at least be a 38, but it's not going to be 37.6 that Oz Farmer has set me, the near impossible target for me anyway. Oh, I actually backed off the brake then because I'd over braked. Last chicane, try third gear. Yeah, these are medium tyres by the way, in case anyone was wondering. Got the corner entry right, got all the pace and everything right, but I mounted the curb. Yeah, we got people from all over the world here. We got England, we got Ireland, Australia, Poland, So feel free to shout out whatever country you're currently watching this in. It's great to have you along no matter where you are in the world. Yeah, this would be awesome in VR. I've actually never raced in VR at all. I've never tried it. Oh, that's right, Mart. You're South Africa, of course. And the Netherlands. The US as well. So we've got the whole world covered here. We're global stream. Which is great to see. Always support, appreciate the support, no matter where you are in the world. And Germany as well, Nico, nice. Should have picked that from your name, shouldn't I? Right. One super try hard lap, here we go. Did the short shift there. Tasmanian in Germany, that's right, Mark Lake, yes. Welcome, by the way, I haven't seen you for a while. Went the short shift there, I don't think it was a good idea. Use first gear to accelerate that time. It's not actually gone too bad, just 3/4 throttle to get out of the turn, trying not to get any oversteer. Never quite made it to the apex, but it wasn't too bad. Hey, German in Brisbane. You in Brisbane, Jules? Ah! You saw where I got it all wrong, got that horrible oversteer mid-turn. I'll gain an extra 38.1, that's actually my quickest time. Actually, I think it's getting close to race time, so I'm going to jump out. 38.1's not too bad, that's getting up around a decent time. I'd love to hit a 37. But if I go back-to-back races here, I'm not going to have a lot of time to drop a hot one. So you can see Lion Face is the fastest on my times there. Super quick driver. So to be less than a second behind him is probably not too bad. Old man in third there. Another man who's very handy in these open wheeler cars. Stan, no good man, called into work. That's a late night call up, 9 PM. What was I doing? Oh, yes. Just in time. So I'll drop the hot lap and I'll go in. I don't know where it'll qualify me, of course. Stupid, you got PSVR. I got it for Ace Combat. This only gives me the dickies on ups, downs. Corners don't affect me. Rallying is a vomit-inducing ride. I would really like to try VR. It's on the cards one day. I don't reckon this is going to let me go into time trial. I reckon I'm too close. I'm just going to have to wait for the start of the... Oh, no, I can. A 1:38.9 is currently your fastest time. Not a bad time, though, man. Anything in the 38s, I think, is pretty decent. 37s is getting really quick, and the 36s are the top leaderboards. That fan is blowing right in my eye, and I've actually got a watering eye here. Are you Aussie Zach car? There's mostly YouTube in here, yeah. Absolutely. So you can't see the other chat. I've got about 60 people watching on YouTube at the moment, so it's a little bit lonely over on Twitch, man, but I don't think I'm going to have time for one more, but let's give it one more red hot crack, just in case I can pinch the 37 before the start of the race. One thing I will say about this play seat, because of the angle I'm at and the fact that the pedals are straight up, it does seem a little easier to gently guide. A bit of a donation there from Gundam, Russ. Thank you very much, sir. I will come back to that after I... Really enjoying this channel. It helped me to improve. Awesome, man. That's really good to hear. Thank you for... I've cocked this up. But thank you very much for the donation, Gundam Russ. Much appreciated. Is that a Ricardo livery? You better believe it is. Hey, Rory. How are you, mate? I still haven't got the car. Don't know which one to buy. Well, the Honda's for the daily race. And if you do enough daily races, you'll win enough money to buy the Toyota, which is, of course, the FIA. But, I mean, it's, what is it, $1 million? $1 or $2 million? So you can grind that if you have the time. Didn't notice the playset. Probably missed that at the start of the stream. Yeah, so I haven't done a video on the playset. I was thinking about doing an unboxing video for it. And I kind of went to do it, and I thought, what do you even do in an unboxing video? I thought about why I didn't know the answer to that, and that's because I've never watched an unboxing video, because I don't really enjoy them. I thought, well, if I don't really enjoy it, I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's just get the playset out, set it up, ready for the stream, which is what I've done. You can choose both cars for the FIA. Awesome, Kogan. Thank you for confirming that. Bought the Toyota, can't afford the Honda. A little bit of grinding, Brownie, you should be able to get it. But yeah, that's really awesome to hear, Gundam Rust, that you guys are able to get something. I know a lot of my channel is just technical difficulties and piss farting around, making jokes and average driving. So is that, yeah, there you go. I've qualified third, just 1/100th of a second behind Ponkatsugsi. Pretty sure I nailed that. And then Wing of Bug, very threatening sounding name, just 2/10 in front. So super tight up here, which is good to see, but very difficult track to overtake on, and we really are going to be relying on people to drive nice and clean, which is always a recipe for disaster. Not as many Aussies as I'm used to in here. Ben Maxine I recognise. I think Aussie Cobb. Dan 888 I've seen before, so I've seen most of them. You get to know the names, I guess. I don't know how many, if any of those are subscribed to me. I think Ben Maxine might be. So I'd like to find more time, but I think a low 38 is pretty decent, and anywhere in the 37s is really quite good. Bearing in mind that my, because of the last time I tried to do daily races, my DR got absolutely punished. I'm down in the 37,000, I think, my DR. So I'd like to say I'm not in top split, but with the daily races, you kind of could end up with anyone. I mean, we've got Bs and S's in here. I don't know how popular this race is going to be, but it's one that I'm looking forward to doing a few times tonight, and might even come back and do it later in the week, because it's just such a great combination. These cars feel so awesome, better than the Formula 1 cars in my opinion. They are a lot slower. I did test that out briefly in the last stream around the Red Bull Ring, and these were, I think, 6 seconds a lap slower around the Red Bull Ring, and that was without trying. That I did like 4 laps in the F1 car. So, oh, that bang, Ben Maxine, love your streams, mate. Awesome, thanks, Ben. I don't know if you're watching now or if you'll watch this later, but shout out to you, and you, I recognise your name, but best of luck to you. Keep an eye on the radar for this one. Absolutely, this is, yeah, this is a nervous time. It doesn't matter how much pace you've got. There's always someone that's going to try and smash it up the inside. It's about keeping clean. Hey Keko, welcome to the stream. I've got Twitch chat up tonight. I've got, for some reason, Restreamio service is supposed to combine the YouTube and the Twitch chat together. It hasn't been doing it. It hasn't been posting Twitch stuff on YouTube, and I've got an issue with YouTube, so even the Restreamio chat app is only showing Twitch. But at least I can see you now, so hopefully I won't miss those guys that are sitting in Twitch. False starts to be penalised. Here we go. Race 1 of the night. Should have put some traction control on, but I've gotten away from third. Try not to go too much bravado at the start of the race. We're going to need some good clean racing here. And given that I'm at the wheel, that is never a guarantee. See if I can at least go with these two, so if they make a mistake, I'm at least close enough to take advantage of it. Also got to try and protect my tyres a little bit. I don't know how this is going to go. Haven't done one of these races yet. Don't know how bad tyre wear is going to be. Fuel burn. Suggest fuel burn will be fine for a 12 lapper. Lots of F1 liveries, and I think sometimes you got to laugh at like Formula One, who would have restricted for sure. Which is my overtake button? That one. Kind of forget that because you don't have it in qualifying. This is very early to be using up some overtake. This is dodgy here, coming up next to Wings of Bugs. Oh, so close to him. No contact made, I've gotten away with it. SR down arrow. Question mark. Not quite sure what I did to deserve that. But I've got to try and catch up to Wings of Bugs now. Oh, pushing wide there, not a good run up the hill. And I've actually just given away some time. So let's get cracking. Short shifting like a demon there. Partly for pace, partly there. Actually, tyre wear is kicking in. You can see front's already going on lap 2. So this could get... Whoa, a lot of understeer there. This is going to get very interesting by the end of the race, and we may in fact need a pit stop. I might let Wings of Bugs guide me on that one. What's up, Lance? Toga fart SR down. Yeah, I really don't know. Toga's my dog, by the way, for those new. Don't know what that SR was for, but... Definitely feeling understeer already. Have to wrap my brain around this. Modulating the throttle. Better run up the hill that time, but not good. I do have the overtake button. Not too keen to use it all up early. I suppose I should. Also make sure I don't finish the race with none. Old mate's only a second behind now. So I kind of wanted to leave a bit in my pocket to try and defend with it. So I've already burnt nearly a quarter of it on lap 3. So just kind of want to find a pace, and hopefully later in the race I can actually use it to either help defend or possibly overtake. Very much a learning race. First one of these dailies I've done. I've actually gained a little bit, 3/10 there on Wings of Bugs, but the guy behind me has set the fastest lap of the race, so So he's the man on the move. Still missing the apex there. I'm losing a bit of time through the S's on Wing of Bugs, but I'm hoping I'm protecting my front slightly. Battle with that oversteer. Might be taking it a bit too gentle now. I'll give it a little bit of overtake just to try and get up to top speed a bit faster. A bit too eager. I thought the throttle application was going so perfectly then. Hey Phil. Good morning from the UK. Made the apex of turn 1. Just trying to monitor the gap to old mate behind me a little bit. Whilst looking after these tyres, that's not helping though. It's huge amounts of understeer. This might actually be, what am I, nearly halfway through the race. But not a good section, although old mate behind me's made a mistake, 7.2 seconds. Oh, he went off, okay, cool. Nice. Nice, good result for me. Takes a bit of pressure off. Can focus on the race in front. But these tyres are going to be really tough going towards the end. I'm losing a lot of time now to Wing. Short shift in the third. I need to start using a bit of overtake. Punching out of corners. As I am half race distance, I suppose, probably afford a little bit more. So much understeer now though already. Got to use a little bit of lift off, which buries the front end, to help get the front around, and then also a little bit more aggressive on the throttle, which of course carries more risk. But that oversteer, the slight oversteer it causes, not that slight oversteer. Old mate behind's made another mistake. At this point, I can't help but think I'm at the mercy of Wing making a mistake is the only way I'm going to catch him. How you doing this bar 24-hour night racing? Yes, Phil, I'm doing the Nordschleife race in the first weekend of May. And the Spa at the end of May. Starting to get a bit of oversteer now. The front left is the main issue. But sometimes you have to reserve yourself to the fact that second place might have to be enough. Well, there's the pit stops. So it looks like people are pitting. Unsure what the right tactic is here. Would have liked to have been a bit closer to wing, so I could see him dive in the pits and then do the same if I have to. Welcome to the new subscriber there. Whoever the new subscriber was, unfortunately I missed it. Everyone was pitting in the races you were in. In that case, I may as well pit, because I'm actually just losing time over to Hongkot. So I may as well just do it. It might mean I have to do a bit of overtaking. I hope I don't regret this. But I'm 3 seconds slower currently. I'm actually going to need a bit of fuel as well. No fuel saving, so I'm just going to have to go balls to the wall, splash and dash here, some fresh rubber. And I'm really hoping, as actually they're Ponk pits as well. Ridiculous name. Splash, get it up to the diamond, and we are away. I've lost second to Dan, but I'm hoping he has not pitted. Oh, the grip. Oh, I say that as I run massively wide. Of course, I have to do less laps, having completed 7 laps on the old set. I don't have to go quite as far. Actually, a horrible outlap. Oh no! I was reading the chat. No big deal. It's fine. I'm fine. Okay, concentrate. Let the honey badger out now. It'd be nice, Kogan. Let's see what I can do. See if I can have a decent lap here and redeem myself. Oh, that's ridiculous. That's a massive cut. I just braked so much better than I thought. It's only half a second, but what an awful lap. Yeah, nothing to see here. F in chat. Wing of Bugs has not pitted. He's going the nose stopper. And I'm not exactly putting any pressure on him here, am I? Probably should concentrate on chat slightly less. Gonna have to serve my penalty here because, of course, it is like the FIA races now. And it's in a terrible spot because it's at the start of the straight before 130R. Welcome to the new subscriber there. Otherwise, it has been on pace for the fastest lap of the race. This is such a bad spot though. Only half a second, it didn't go too long. Road to 1 million subs. Mate, I'd settle for 3,000 subs. I'd settle for 2,700 subs at this point. Oh, swept out a bit wide there. That understeer is kicking back in. Much cleaner through that section. Not on fastest lap pace, but only 2 laps to go. I'm not going to trouble the leader, who has done it on a no-stopper. So good on him. He had to make his fuel last that long and his tyres. He obviously had a lot of pace. More pace than I had. Can you use hards? No. You are locked to just medium tyres. See, it was actually the grip of those tyres that put me out in the braking zone. I sort of braked a bit further back where I had been. And it did me no favours. That's the line you want to take. You just want to tuck her in so you can get that left, not through that corner. Tuck it in so you get your left front up on that green section. You know you've got your pace around about spot on. Pray for empty tank. Yeah, that's the only hope I've got. But those of you out there who are extremely fast and good on fuel and tyres, he is evidence that you can win this race comfortably with a zero-stop strategy. Cries in Ferrari. Hey King Jev, how are you, mate? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to my first daily race of the day. Just coasting at home in second at this point. Wing of Bugs. I mean, I'm taking a couple of seconds a lap off him, but it doesn't matter because, of course, I had to stop and he didn't. So short of an empty tank of fuel. I'm not racing for too much here. You can see how much time I'm taking off him, but it's all for nothing. I mean, I'm not pushing too hard at this point either. 20-second lead. Yeah, that's what it was worth. That's how he's done it. No stop strategy. I mean, we've taken huge chunks of time out of him. Just about used all my overtake up. 130.9 was the fastest lap of the race in the end, so look, I'll take second. That's not too bad. 18.8 seconds off Wing, who did it with 0 stops. I don't know if I've got a no-stopper in me, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, you know what to do in the next race. Well, that's it. Do I try and make it without stopping? Fair play to him. Very fair play, Jeff. Absolutely. Save the replay and see how I manage this time. It's probably not a bad idea. Oh, so this is how you look like. GM, welcome to my face. It's not an attractive face, but it's the one I've got. I've got my Danny Rick t-shirt on. I'm in my new play seat. It's crunching me over like a Swiss Army knife, which is making my beer gut stand out. So times are good, man. Having a good time. Danny Rick, he'd take a second. I'll take a second. And hopefully that actually helps my driver rating a little bit, because it took an absolute battering after whatever the race was I did last week, the daily race. Hey Brian, welcome to the stream. Wing was 1:37 quality time. Yeah, that's super quick. That is a quick qualifying time. Few apologies back there. It's such a difficult track to overtake on. He has a big rod between his legs. I do. I'm constantly, now, for the first time, I'm having to push my left leg as I brake up against the large rod in between my legs. It's a little strange. Very much getting used to the feel of it. I still feel cramped when I turn the wheel. Like when I'm turning the wheel over, I'm sort of burying my hand into my other rod. The Nürburgring. Good race. Thanks, Ranger Driver. See what I'm doing there now, Ring Driver? Can we get a moment of silence? Oh, let's discuss the Formula One. Let us discuss. Oh wow, it's go time. I was hoping to take a quick bathroom break, but never mind. We'll jump back in. Hopefully after the next race I'll jump straight out. Yeah, man, cries in baguette. It's the Formula One race for once was actually really entertaining, which was nice. Unfortunately for me, at least, it was a big cesspool of disappointment because it looked so good. There was so much going on. I mean, first and foremost, to see Charles Leclerc on the front, it was awesome. He got swallowed up early, but he fought his way back to second. He pushed Seb hard, and at one point they were like a 6-second gap to the Mercedes, which was awesome. He then overtook him for the lead, cleared off in the front, so the guy was doing a brilliant job, and there's no doubt he will win races this year for sure. It was all looking pretty good. There was a Ferrari 1-2. It was nice to get away from the normal Mercedes 1-2, which I'm looking forward to hopefully putting behind us, because I'm very sick of those cars being at the front. Nico Hülkenberg, I'm actually a really big fan of Nico Hülkenberg, so a bit of a dream team for me, the Renault this year. Obviously, it will surprise no one to find out that Daniel Ricciardo is my number one driver. He's the guy I am always wanting to win, but probably just a little bit on the sly. Nico Hülkenberg is also probably, I reckon, my number 2 driver. I reckon he'd be my second favourite. I think he's an exceptional racer, a hugely talented guy. He's underrated, which that's Formula One these days, isn't it? You can't, we don't live in a world where a driver can do an exceptional job in an unexceptional car. At least not very often. Unfortunately, you're only really as good as the car you're in. That's the world we live in these days. Used to be different back in the olden days. We used to be able to see people take unexceptional mid-pack cars up and really scrap it out at the front. Nico Hülkenberg, I think, is a very, very good driver, and I think if he had a good seat, he'd surprise a lot of people with his pace and his form. But yeah, he absolutely stonking start from up the back. Awful qualifying session, obviously, and that's partly on him as well as the team. It's not just strategy. He just didn't do a good enough job. Awesome start from him. Stonked his way through the field. Daniel Ricciardo did pretty well, given that I don't think the Renault, certainly in qualifying trim and one lap pace, was good enough to get much higher than he got. He fought his way through into a really, really strong position, and I don't know if it was his call. I suspect it was the teams. I'm not thinking that multi-million-dollar Formula One teams are allowing their drivers to tell them when to stop, but it was such a bad strategy. I'm guessing that has to come down to the team. Trying to one-stop it was just not on, and it absolutely screwed him. And I think they got to a certain point they had to commit and keep going. So, you know, we saw the Renaults do some really good things early in the race. Unfortunately, it didn't go well. Obviously, almost unbelievably, both drivers broke down on the same lap, on the same corner at the same. They just pulled in together. I've never seen anything like it. That was ridiculous. So it went tits up for them. Obviously, Leclerc, no good. Sebastian shit the bed again. That's all on him. You can't blame anyone else. What's going on with that, by the way? I don't think he can handle pressure well. When Dan Ricciardo first got into to the Red Bull team and really took it to Sebastian and arguably outraced him, he sort of went to water a little bit there, and I think now that Charles Leclerc is going to push him, and he will all year, he just seems to have gone to water again. He lets the pressure get to him and he makes silly mistakes, which you wouldn't expect from a three-time world champion. So that was disappointing. What else do we have? The McLaren, super strong. Carlos Sainz at the start of the race, he was up there really pushing Max Verstappen legitimately for the overtake. So back in third, different field this time, and I'm further off pace-wise, a long way, a full second off the guy in first, Techi. He is going to be very difficult to beat, flat out there as well, a good half a second faster than me. So I got a second in race one, and judging by the times there, I don't know that I'm necessarily going to go a whole lot better in race two. But yeah, anyway, the McLaren's looking so good, and then, you know, obviously Lando Norris in the end, really solid sixth position, was somewhat gifted to him. Imagine what Carlos Sainz could have done if he stayed in the race. He was right there pushing Max Verstappen, but it went tits up for him as well. What else did we have? There's so many things that could have been awesome and such big talking points, and they just all went so badly. And of course Mercedes, who had not been exceptional all year and arguably didn't really deserve to win the race on pace or anything like that, it was just handed to them. It was gifted, and yet again we have a runaway for the season. 2019 is already in the firm grasps of Mercedes, so Ferrari's going to have to push hard to wrangle that back off them. But yeah, hopefully McLaren, we see them get stronger. Four-time champion, sorry Shannon. Vettel said the pressure wasn't a problem. Well, of course he did. He's not going to go, yeah, I'll let the pressure get to me. I mean, no driver is ever going to say that. Man, I really like Norris, top bloke. Yeah, look, he's popular. In case of poor performance, break glass. Also, Raikkonen's team radio, yeah. Good old Kimi's back. I don't know what the team expected. How's your front wing? I don't know, you tell me. Obviously, they were looking for some feedback on understeer and any drivable, but, you know, they've got so many sensors back in the pits. They know how his front wing was. Tetris, yeah, 137.1. That's super fast, super dragon. And it wouldn't surprise me if he's actually in the top 10 leaderboard. I know the very top of that were in the 36s, but I think some were in the 37s. So I suspect in my region at least, he is right up there. That's a really quick time, and I doubt I can do much to him. So I'm wondering if the answer here is to try and preserve my fuel, look after my tyres and get to the end of the race, but I'm going to be super slow. I don't know that that's a good idea. Here we go, race start for race 2. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should just try and pit again. I think I got the best start out of the top 3, which is nice. But I'm not going to push the point too much. Fortunately though, I was keeping an eye on old flat out in front of me. Losing it. Was worried the same thing would happen to me. And I have let Saint, whatever his name is, get past. First is 25 nuggets. Barring some sort of miracle. I can't see a first coming. Leaning in the corners, yeah, I can't help but lean, man. I'm a motorbike rider. Leaning is second nature to me. Oh! So much understeer there. I'm going to have to use a bit of overtake button just to protect myself from Ben, who's right behind me. Get off that. I've got a bit of a suck job here from Saint Divine. I am right here, by the way, buddy. He just come across to take his normal line. Lots of overtake here. Nah. Things got to go super messy. I just backed out of that one. And I'm pushing way too hard. I think I'm going to... Oh, double contact. Lucky to still be on the track. And of course I got an SR down arrow for my efforts there. Saint Devote even. I'd suggest probably should turn his radar on. Because he just clearly didn't see me at all then. Not getting the traction in corner I'm expecting at this point. But I think the nose stop has gone out the window for me. I'd really have to try and protect fuel and tyres early. No stopping, you'll win. I don't reckon I can do it, man. Not from here. I should have been protecting already. Taking huge chunks of fuel and tyres off. Shit the bed. I'll take that one back, thank you very much. And I've taken a big chunk of time off the top too as well. So I get the whole strategy of preserving tyres and fuel, but you know what? I just want to go as hard and fast as I can. Just ask the missus. No, that's an awful thing to say. Sorry honey if you're watching this. Oh, we've had more bed shitters. He heard my funny joke and laughed himself clean off the track. So much understeer, I thought I was going to understeer clean off the track then. Nom nom up just a little bit more overtake there. Try and keep some good pace while it's in the car. A few less mistakes might help this race as well. Pit at the end of 6, I think I will this time. I left it to the end of 7 last time. Hello from the Ukraine, from Kiev. Welcome, Max. Your chicken is delicious. Oh, we've had another bed shitter. There's more feces in sleeping quarters in this race. Let's see if I can try not to be the next guy to do the same thing. Go Bradbury. It's not quite a Bradbury, man. I was coming out of third. Bradbury was last by a long way. Still the most amazing moment in sporting history. Ease up, tyre where he's setting in. The voice of reason there. Thank you, Shannon. Oh, that's going to be close to a cut. Bit of unpredicted grip there. Absolute dog's dinner of the S's that time round. Oh, a lot of understeer now. And a huge amount of time lost as well. So I'm going to be pitting at the end of next lap, I think. We'll try and split it straight down the guts. Tetch is catching me, but I mean the guy was a second faster in quali. You have to expect that. Can clearly tell you've been improving. I have not been improving, Brownie. You take that back. I've always been good at high downforce cars like this, but I just never use them in Gran Turismo. But there are streams on my channel from a long time ago where I think I won an FIA race in the Formula 1 cars when they first come out. Like, I'm decent in this type of car, I just don't use them very much. And I certainly haven't improved anywhere else, so you take that back, sir. Yeah, that's true. I lapped everyone in the race. So if you want to know how much I won that first FIA race I did in a Formula 1 car, I lapped the entire field and I lapped the back half of the field 4 or 5 times. So I can drive these style of cars. It's all the other ones that get me down. Actually managed to maintain roughly that 1 second gap to Tetch, so I don't know if he's going to be going for the long strat, but here we go. Fresh set of mediums. Still need a splash of fuel. I wish I didn't. Time for a quick bevo. Yeah, don't turn early. That's what got me last time. It was actually not missing the corner. It was turning early because it braked so well with fresh tyres. Here we go. On the diamond and away we go. Now I don't know what everyone else's tactic is going to be. So... try and keep things nice and smooth. Tetch stayed out, so he may well be going for the long strat. It's alright, rear tyres don't wear down too fast anyway. May as well use a bit up. You have, not just in this race, you have overtaken me big time racing wise. I just do more practice now. Like my peak was back before YouTube when I was doing league racing at R Factor. I think I just, you know, you would have heard it on stream a few times, me saying I can no longer just boot up a live stream, play Gran Turismo for the first time in 5 days, jump into the new daily racing, expect to do a quick practice session, and get decent results. So I've just been trying to squeeze in a little bit more practice. Not a lot, just a bit more. And if I can emphasise one thing to everyone out there watching, if you want to know how to go faster, practice. Depending on your age and how long you've been out of school, that's probably something you're sick of hearing. Yeah, I do. I need to use a bit of overtake, don't I? Probably the fact that I've been doing some iRacing as well has kind of got my brain back in that practice mode. Because iRacing, you certainly can't just turn up on the day, run what you brung and hope to get decent results. You got to do practice, and I've just kind of, because I got my brain in that mode for iRacing, I just kind of carried that across to Gran Turismo, I suppose. That's the real hack. That's the real cheat with any racing game, racing simulator. Practice. Watch what faster people do. See what lines they take. And do tons of practice. A little bit of over-rotation, as they say in the game. Oversteer for us plebs. fastest lap, 139.5. Concentrate. Yep, I am. I'm doing it, man. Don't forget leaning helps in simulators. You get a better perspective on the corners. Two laps to go. Tyre wear, yeah, keep it centered, absolutely. Tyre wear's getting there. It's not too bad this time around. Starting to run out of overtake. But only 2 laps to go. Just use it for a little bit of a boost out of some of the corners. Is this lap traffic I just saw ahead? I hope not. Not want to have to deal with lap traffic right now. You'd notice that you lean as well. It's how you got to do it, man. Holy snapping duck shit. How'd I get that laid? Leaning equals speed equals traction though. Something like that. Reading in between those corners is a little bit hard. A little bit more overtake out of the slow corner. What's cog? What's this cog I keep seeing? As I say, I think the leaning is just a habit from being a motorbike rider. Final lap. Wow, Tetch dropped a 38.7 in race. That is super fast. Oh, tyre wear. Front left now. Is not great. Front right tyre wear's not going that much better. I'll use up a little bit of overtake I've got left. Might have one little last squirt of it on the back straight. No, I think it's gone. Much like my tyres. There you go, I've held it down, now it's gone. Nah, feels good, man. Feels good, Mojo. Perfect, in fact.
Oh, I'm touching myself tonight.
Someone's dropped a donation there. trying to distract me before the end of the race, but I'll bring it home. It's good to get a win on stream. Generally the only wins I ever get are off stream. I'll take that, sir. I'll take that. If only Danny Rick could do this well in the Renault, wouldn't that be sensational? Oz with the big bucks. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. What was it? I was looking. Great win. It's always the farmer. The ever generous Oz farmer. I hope it's been raining for you, man. I did miss the donation though, so I'm going to go and look it up right now. Look how high I have to look on my monitor next to me now. Won't be a sec. Don't mind me. Oh, there's 25 Polish lead nuggets. You get the lead when they shit their bed. Love it, Piosco. Thank you very much for that donation, man. And I am currently looking up Oz Farmers. Oh, sorry, I missed it. Are we still waiting for people to finish, are we? Nice one. Victory. Didn't have the... I had the fastest lap for a little bit, though. No clean race bonus because of that SR down arrow, which was a little unfortunate. Please just go to dashboard. Oz Farmer, top drive. Throwing down about 20 bucks, I'm guessing. 20, 25 bucks. The Australian dollar's pretty bad, so that's showing in US dollars. But thank you very much, man. Shannon coming through with $2.99. My man. Thank you very much for the donation, everyone. Very much appreciated. 25 for a top drive. We've got the rhymes going on today. Good job. Good job. Need that in a t-shirt. Oz Farmers, $20 dues. Thank you very much for that donation, Oz Farmer. As well as, obviously, Piosco and Shannon. Dropping the lead nuggets. And, of course, we already had the donation earlier from Gundam Russ. So thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Let's see how we do. The problem now is that's race 2, and I want to do this at least one more time. The problem now is I've peaked. So from here, there's only really one place I can go. And it'd be nice to get another win. Probably got a little bit lucky from people falling off the track. But having said that, I did do a nice, clean, consistent race, so that's obviously going to help. What race engineers? Yeah, that's it, Shannon. The race engineering was good. So, yes, shout out to the engineers. A no-stopper. But it's going... I just won with a one-stopper. Tell you what I am actually going to do very quickly is... Oh, that's disappointing. I am going to very quickly take a break for about 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. You can see we've got 3 minutes to go. And I will be right back for race number 3. Alrighty, I am back, and I think it is time to get my game face on to spur us through to race number 3. I better turn the camera back on, I suppose, eh? Got my race face on. Let's do it. What would he say? Let's lick the stamp and bloody send it, boys. Or something like that. Shoey. Let's drink something out of a shoe. We'll see how we go the next race first. Let's take the race face off. Ugh. This chair, I swear. Oh, I've missed a dono. Kangaroos. A tenner for getting on the CT 110. Been a postie for 13 years. Nice, man. Kangaroos. Thank you very much for the donation. It was an awesome. I had a huge amount of fun. And the CT 110 is unbelievably bulletproof. It was a 4-hour endurance race. This was a track used for actual like motocross stuff. A single track. All we did was put knobby tyres on it, painted it up in a Repsol scheme. I'll have to try and find a picture one day. I've lost my other glove. It's here. Yeah, painted it up in a Repsol scheme. Put some big knobby tyres on it, and that was about it. I came in at the end of the last stint, and I reckon we had about 40 odd minutes to go, and the front end had been feeling pretty loose, which was fine. We'd only really had one. We'd had no real technical difficulties at all. Lots of people had, but the thing just kept on going, and came in, felt a bit loose in the front end, and as I pulled up and handed it over to my brother-in-law, who jumped on for the last, it was about 30-40 minute stint, his last one, and literally the head stem nut, the nut that, if you don't know what that is, where your handlebars are, there's like a single nut that goes on the top that kind of holds everything on. That had flown off. They're gone at that point. And we sort of very quickly in the pit stop, like we were going decent in the top 10, and ran over, asking around quickly if anyone had one. No one had one. He'd already gone anyway. We're going to flag him back in. Ryan came along as our pit boy. He had the 38. Here we go, guys. And I'm in with speedy tyres. It's about time. We always seem to land in the same race together. Sounds fun, but back-breaking. It was a lot of hard work. It was a pretty rough track, and there's not much give in the postie suspension. But yeah, he did the whole last 40-minute stint with no head stem bolt. Never fell off. It was good. There was a couple of sort of jumps we were doing, and I think they had been taking a toll on the bike. We'd bent the handlebars down a little bit, and he had to kind of roll over them instead of getting air. Plus, you know, everything was starting to hurt. We bent the foot pegs down, we bent the handlebars down. Awesome fun. Not what the postie bike was made to do, and yet it was a trooper anyway. Your DR is up to, okay, well, I've nearly got back in one night to 39,000, but this is definitely top split. I mean, look at the times I'm up against. Like 136.7, you can absolutely go and get effed, my friend. That is way too fast for me. I'm suddenly mid-pack having just done that, so maybe if I'm going to try a no-stop, this is the one to go, but I'm not comfortable. I'm going to be so slow at the end. I mean, you saw at the end of lap 7, I was nearly 3 seconds off the pace. So by the end of lap 12, I'm going to be 10 seconds off the pace. I just don't think I've got it in me. It was $25. $25 from Oz Farmer was the donation. It's just that Australian to US dollars sucks balls right now. So thank you very much for your $25, Oz Farmer. Hello in French. Guten Tag. Just battle me. We'll see how we go, man. I'm a lot further back. I'm not sitting in the right position, and it's already race time. Not quite the same strong start I had last time. I have the inside run though, as long as the space is left. I'm gonna have to tuck in behind flat out though. He was, of course, one of the guys in the first race I did tonight. There's the first one. The first bed has been shit for the race. That gives me 5th position. Ooh, that's a bit of a knock there. I pulled up as hard as I could. SR down arrow. That's fine, I'll take that. I just don't want a penalty. But man, how slow would flat out go through that hairpin. So how cool would it be if they just turned the tyre wear down a little bit and made this a 45-minute race? That would be awesome. He's a little bit of overtake early. As he try and maintain that gap to old John behind me. Try and stay close so if someone does make a mistake, I can at least benefit from it. I don't think I'm going to try a no-stopper. I might experiment with that a little bit later on, but I'm just not comfortable with how I handle tyre life. I think I'll damage the tyres too much, and I think I'll be way too slow at the end of the race. Flat out pushing very, very hard there for Kenny Konomos in third position. Or an even longer race, yeah. I can't see them chucking the daily race up at sort of 2 hours race distance, but why don't they just have a daily endurance race? You can choose if you want to do it or not. Have a daily C, don't replace that. If you just want to do the daily C, totally fine. Have a daily endurance race and use some of the cooler tracks to do it on. And don't chuck in any piddly little road cars. If you're going to do an endurance race, make them the fast ones. Like, how cool would it be if you just loaded up Gran Turismo and there was a daily race that ran every 4 hours and it was a 3 or 4 hour race using the GR1s? Like, that'd be awesome. I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm going to be doing some of that. I have the itchiest top lip at the moment. I trimmed the old mow back to little effect. I also have a dog hair in my mouth. She may not be in the room. She's still making my night unpleasant. The dog, that is, for those wondering. Better specify that. I know I've said this before, but I think I'm going to have to get some new racing shoes. The sole is that blown out. I keep catching the throttle pedal in my shoe. I did, now that I'm in the play seat, obviously not on the office chair, I'm a little bit more flat, like overall from where my ass is and where my legs are. I thought maybe now's a good time to try, see if I can do it in socks or bare feet, but I just couldn't. I drive real cars with shoes on, I've got to drive my Sims with shoes on. Let's burn up a bit of overtake because we're on lap 3 already. Maybe a 4th weekly race at a 2 hour time slot. That'd be awesome. I'd take 1 hour races at this point. Oh no. Kenny Como's looked like he was briefly in 2nd position. Penalty up the front as well. So it's all going on here at Suzuka for race 3 of the evening. Just trying to keep clean, that's my goal. I obviously, you saw the qualifying positions. I don't have the pace to run with these guys up front. And I'd imagine Kenny will catch me fairly quickly as well, given the pace advantage he has over me. This is probably exactly what Ricardo feels like in real life. He knows he doesn't quite have the pace. He's just kind of got to hope people in front of him. Oh, wow. Decided to stay in second instead of first there. Got a lot of understeer because of it. Best use a bit of overtake to at least try and stay in front of Kenny as long as I can. I just want more than 3 choices. Scrap here for the lead as well. Flat Out has risen to the top. I think Flat Out was the one who came. He's either first or second in my first race tonight, so no slouch. You can have too much choice, and you've got to remember that as the player base dwindles, the last thing you want to do is spread that out too far. But I don't think a 4th endurance race would hurt, because there's a lot of people who won't do endurance races. And I certainly wouldn't do them every time I'm on Gran Turismo. But I suspect, given the pace of these guys and the fact that I'm sticking with them, some of these guys are going to be going for the no-stop strategy. As of course I've already discussed. I will be pitting a bit of overtake there. I've bogged it down in 4th. Kenny has caught me. Did have more pace though. One more lap and then I'm going to whack it in the pits. Just going to copy last race. It worked. If it ain't broken. Why change it? And I'm up against the serious big knobs now. Whoa, that's a lot of oversteer. And Kenny's going to cruise on past. There's nothing I can do about that. There's just too much oversteer. One of them's fallen off the track. Where we'll find out at the end of this lap. I think the pit window is officially open. Oh, miss the apex by a country mile. So this is where we'll find out the sort of strategies people are on. As Kenny finds himself in the dirt yet again. More overtake just to get a bit more punch. Flat Out back up behind me now, having made a mistake earlier. You can tell the rears just aren't that heavily affected. That's the truth behind it. This is where I dive into the pits. I let off the brake there and it's actually... So he's going to keep going. And I'll need pretty much exactly the same amount of fuel I had last time. If the FIA races were longer, I think I would enjoy them a lot more. Yeah, I would agree. Box, 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 box. Oh shit, no! Oh. Obviously forgot about stopping the refueling there, because I was reading the chat. Damn this live streaming gig. I make more mistakes due to live streaming than anything else. Anyway. Don't have to worry about conserving fuel. Bit of a shame, probably lost a good 2 or 3 seconds there, I'd suggest. I think I was 1.8 in front of Kenny. I'm now 1.2 behind, so I want to say 2.5 seconds lost. Reading the chat, but you know, let's look at the advantage. The car is more stable with more fuel in it. So I'm just going to race it out, see where I come. I wasn't expecting much up against these dudes I was racing anyway. Stub isn't the word for an empty bottle, no, but a stubby is the word for a bottle that beer comes in Australian. Down to a quarter of the overtake left. Unfortunately, Kenny's going to pull away again, not surprised. But first and second coming back, so lots of scrapping going on. So far I've avoided getting sort of entangled in too much scrapping at this point, and it's definitely serving some good results up for me. As I actually take a purple sector this late in the race, which is nice. Uh-oh. Not ideal. Not ideal, just got out a little bit too wide. Few mistakes creeping in now as it hits 20 past 10 in the evening. Luckily for me, I had quite a substantial lead. I still do over fifth, but it has just pushed everyone else another 3 seconds away. That was a brown moment, don't worry about that. The poo got most of the way out, but luckily I was able just to clench and snap it off right in time. Doing a Leclerc? Yeah, why not? The guy had a pretty good race over the weekend. I probably should leave overtake alone now until the end in case I need some. You never know what will happen later in the race as tyres get warm. That's where a lot of people struggle. You can probably hear that tyre wear. That's the first real sign that the front left is back on its way out again. Turtle head was poking out. Yeah, there's a bit of prairie dogging going on, but it was like a whack-a-mole. I saved it by smacking it back in. This is getting way too intense, this poo talk. Apologies to any children watching. I found myself a little bit in no man's land here. Obviously a long way ahead of Hinchcliffe's, whatever his name is. Hinchcliffe Fitz. 11 seconds in front of him, but 4.3 seconds off Kenny. I think fourth is going to be my spot, short of someone up front making a mistake. Just try and race out the last couple of laps. Smooth and clean. Like my underpants remained after that brown moment. Prairie Dogger now, what the hell is that? Prairie Dog's gonna pop up. Anyway, someone else will explain it. I knew at some point we had to lose you, Luca. I mean, you do a really good job, obviously. English not being your primary, or at least first language, I believe. You do a pretty good job, especially with some of the, like on Discord, some of the colloquialisms that we use. You generally seem to know what's going on, so... You guys speak obscure metaphors. Yeah, look, we don't make it easy for people who don't natively speak English. That much I will say. Oh, someone has shit the bed. Get up the inside of them before they unghost. It was ADC. Attica. There's actually, who was I talking to? One of my wife's friends is a teacher. And they have a student in their class, and their name is literally spelled ABCD, and it's pronounced Absidy. That's what it was, Absidy. It's literally spelled ABCDE. Now that's a hell of a name. And I think I've burned up on my overtake too. So, I'm going to have to scrap this out old school with old Absidy here behind me. Try and make myself wide, fast, smooth. See if I can't clinch from the jaws of fourth, a sneaky third place. He is definitely right with me. Look at the pace he's got up through here. Don't try and overtake here, you monkey. There we go. Bit of AstroTurf doesn't help. You can go all the way around the outside of me though. Because this mark corner. Oh, contact from the rear. Remember what I said about relying on other people to drive cleanly? Well, that's what happens when you don't get that. You don't get that. Please make the apex. He's got a lot more grip than me, that's for damn sure. An educational channel. Brought up to second as well. Let's hope they get feisty with each other, because I am all out of pace. What I'm throwing out there now is all I got. Thanks, Trev. He pitted a lap after you, yeah. He's just got that extra grip in the tyres, and you can see that. Oh, so much understeer now. Having to slow right down, as you would expect, the 6th lap on these tyres, and I've been pushing as hard as I can on them. Front left, you probably can't see because my ugly mug's in the way, but it's about half. It is the most worn tyre. Oh, that's has not hooked up there either. It's just under half, I reckon. Rears are fine. That was driver error. Hello and welcome to the Australian Sebastian Vettel. Where I used too much throttle, but at least I didn't go all the way around. Anyway, I did my best. I was up against some super good, fast opposition there. I mean, some of these guys qualified in 6th. Some of these guys were over a second faster than my quali time. And I'm pretty sure at least one of them would be in the top 10 in my region, if not more than one. So I'll take a 4th. A podium would have been nice, but I do what I can. I hope to get the Formula 1 car. Yeah, Formula 1 car's good, man, but these are actually not the Formula 1. I don't know how new you are, Trev. These are the Super Formula cars, slightly slower, like, you know, 6 or 7 seconds a lap slower than the F1 cars, but I think they feel much nicer, they handle much better. They're just really good. This is probably, all jokes aside, this is probably my favourite car in Gran Turismo Sport right now. These Super Formulas, these are excellent, and I want to see them used in daily races all the time. I would do a lot more daily races. That's no joke. Come to Oz for our Italian spaghetti and meatballs, yeah. 136 guy came 9th. That is a very fast 136 though. That's ridiculous. You did well considering you've got that big rod between your legs. That's true. Still getting used to the rig. So again, if you're new, welcome. If you're enjoying the stream, remember to hit the thumbs up. It does help me out a lot. It helps the channel out a lot. Speedy Tires, hello, I'm a literal punching bag. Did you get punted into? Speedy Tires, I actually didn't even take note of where you came after all that. That's a bit horrible of you, wasn't it? Speedy Tires, oof, down in 11th. Obviously knocked about a bit, so my S would have recovered its blue back to 99. Don't know what my DR is. That must have been a tough field. I should have got some points. I've gone from 36,000 to 39,000 before this race, so I'd love to get back over 40, having lost it all last week. If you didn't catch last week's stream, I think it was it Brazil that I was doing. Love the track into Lagos, but yeah, there's something about the track that just brings the worst out in people. Great race by Kenny Conomos, actually, because he had a few little tough times through that, so he did rather well. What's the new rig, Weeping Eye? It is the play seat. One of them. The one with the big pole, the big rod that runs in between your legs. Nice comfortable Alcantara seat. Went Alcantara instead of leather. Mainly for the heat, because it gets so damn hot in summer. And the leather just gets sticky and horrible and sweaty. The Alcantara is just nice and plush on my delicate, sweaty skin. I mean, it's hot in here. It's cold outside. It is getting cold. What is the temperature outside? 14 degrees, 14.7 degrees. It feels like 12.6 though. So it's definitely getting cold, but I put the fan on nonetheless. What else has been going on? Don't mind me. Pro streamer checking the phone. Post streamer. Can't even talk. GR is 40,449. Bang! We are back over the 40,000 just in time for FIA to get put back in the top split and struggle back in 14th. But we'll see how we go. If he isn't doing well, there will be no future there either. Oh, you're obviously having a conversation. I missed that. But hey, Kraz. It was either move to Renault. I hope they're competitive. I'm talking about Daniel Ricciardo. Got punted into the sand trap third corner. 4-second penalty. Ouch. Set my race up from there. Yeah, sometimes when it goes bad to start with. Sharing my CRR livery for the SF. Make quite a few colour variants. Nice. Poo streamer. That's exactly what I am. PSK. I mean, I dedicated half a lap of that race to talking about feces and people shitting themselves. Can't wait to see them. But, look, I don't think I'm going to do a fourth. I think, yeah, I'll do a fourth. Nah, I'm not going to do a fourth. No, I'll get you wound up. I will actually end the stream there. My race face, I can officially remove and put it back down. I didn't print that out for these streams either. I just have it. Don't ask why. I just have it. What else have I got? No, nothing interesting. Yeah, so can't wait to see them here. Anyway, what I do want to do before I wrap this stream up, I know it's a bit of a shorter one, only 2 hours, but it's taken it out of me. And I've had a good night, so I don't want to ruin that. If I do one more, I don't want to end up like 8th. I haven't really had a bad race, so that's key. But yeah, I do want to thank each and every one of you that have taken some time out to watch the stream, whether or not you're actively commenting, sitting in the background, just watching the stream, enjoying yourself. I appreciate you taking the time to join along. And a massive thank you to those that were kind enough to leave a like. It helps me out, it helps the channel. You've heard other YouTubers talk about this. I'm sure this is not day one of your YouTube life. So anyway, I do appreciate those of you who did it. And of course, a massive thank you to all the donators. We had heaps of donators. Let's have a Captain Cook. So just going through the YouTube ones, we had Gundam Russ chucking a couple of dollary doos. Piosco with 25 polished lead nuggets. Shannon coming in with a 3-banger. And kangaroos. The big postie man who enjoyed my CT110 off-road endurance race story, dropping a 10. Thank you very much. And of course, let's not forget Oz Farmer coming in with 25 large. Thank you all very much. Do appreciate it. A Captain Cook. Yeah, sorry, Captain Cook. What would the Poms call it? A butcher's hook? Is that what the Poms? Let's have a butcher's look. I can't do an English accent. Cheers. Glad you could join this stream after a few weeks. Absolutely, Luca. It's great to have you back, man. Been a brilliant stream. It's for once I've actually brought you some semi-decent racing, haven't I? Make sure, of course, if you don't follow me on Instagram, Twitter, that you do so. And I'm on Facebook as well. I presume Nightbot's been popping them in the chat all night. But the links are in the description as well. If you get lost and you want to find the links, just go to charlierosco.com. It's a website, top right-hand corner. You can see pictures and links and everything for endurance races that I've run, series that I've run. I've got another series coming up soon. We'll have more endurance races coming up soon. Lots of content on the channel. And what's a good Mazda to use? What for, Trev? Can't afford to donate, but if I die in a car crash, I will donate my organs to you. Wow. Raz. Thanks. Hopefully I don't need your organs, but I really appreciate the thought. And of course, no one has to donate. If you just want to support the stream, honestly, turning up, watching, giving a thumbs up, sharing it around, that's great. Not everyone can donate. That's totally fine. I never expect a donation from anyone. There will be more Project Cars 2 coming up as well, Kraz. I really want to run a series on additional to the 3 Gran Turismo series that I'm running. A bit of an old school touring car type setup. Shorter sprint races and not dynamic weather, because we've run into trouble with that. We'll probably either declare before the race it's either going to be a dry race or a wet race. Who knows, maybe we'll do some randomization thing and let it tell us what the race is going to be, but it'll be one weather type. Google will take 30% of my organs. Absolutely. That is 100%. But yeah, anyway, follow me along. Tomorrow I will show you... You can't really see the rig. I'll do a video on the rig. I need to clean this room up because it's an absolute shit heap. But I was in here commentating my daughter's, twin 3-year-old daughters, through a real hot lap around Suzuka as well. Trying to do a bit of practice before the stream. My wife Snapchatted that, saved the video, and I believe she said she'll post that on Instagram tomorrow. I'll probably put it on Twitter as well. Love the tyre changing in P-Cars too. Yeah. I'm getting a T150 soon, so I'll probably take the chance to get P-Cars too as well. Why not? Do you use muscle cars? Sometimes, Trev. Well, the last few streams has been touching me a lot. Wow, Speedy Tyres. That is, that is great to hear. Old man loves the refueling. Refueling. There may not even be refueling in the races yet. It might just be like a sprint series, which should be hopefully a bit of fun. I'm going to go out and buy cars. CSL Elite and V3 pedals. Why not, Kraz? If you've got the money to do it, get it done, son. But yeah, look, I think that's going to be it. I should probably put my sweaty pits down so you don't have to look at it. And instead, you can look at my smile like Danny Rick if you're having a bad day. Remember the big cheesy grin and the race face. Get that on. It'll improve your day. It'll improve your racing. If you've got one of them, what I need to do is cut some eye holes in this, or print a better quality one out, and print some eye holes. And maybe sometimes I should do some racing with my race face on, because you're not going to get a better race face than that. Look at that horrible moustache he had there. Awful. I'm literally talking about you. Ooh, ooh, Speedy Tyres. Stop. That's going to be the end of the stream, I think, which is going to be cool. Thank you again, everyone, for joining. Welcome to the new subscribers. That's what I haven't done. Most of you have probably left by now. Thank you for the couple of follows I got over on Twitch. Thank you for joining me in the chat on Twitch. Thank you for all the new subscribers I got on YouTube. Got quite a few coming through tonight, which was awesome. So that was good fun. I had a really nice stream. I might actually do some more daily races. Of course, tomorrow night's going to be the FIA Nations Cup. Back in these cars, definitely doing that, and I'm probably going to live stream it instead of making a video. So yeah, that is that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed yourself. Thank you again very much for watching, and I can't wait to talk to you all next time. But for now, it's goodbye.